When logic betrays you. The perfect calculation. It was a cold January morning in 1986, the kind of chill that makes metal rings sharper and rubber a little more brittle. Inside NASA's launch control room, the smartest people on the planet were armed with graphs, equations, and that most dangerous of weapons, confidence. The data said, go. The math said, safe. The O-rings said nothing, because O-rings don't talk. 73 seconds later, the Challenger did, briefly, before vanishing into a sky that suddenly looked like bad logic in smoke form. Nobody at NASA was stupid. They had logic, flowcharts, statistical margins, and committees. But logic, as it turns out, doesn't protect you from being wrong. It just lets you be wrong with precision and confidence. 7. When logic betrays you. That's the paradox we're starting with. Logic isn't the opposite of error. It's often its most elegant disguise. When equations lie politely, logic has an impeccable resume. It built bridges, guided rockets, and helped you calculate the tip on a date while pretending you weren't doing math under the table. But logic has one fatal flaw. It believes what it's told. Feed it garbage, and it will produce gourmet nonsense. Give it flawed premises, and it'll make them sound like gospel. This is known in computer science as GIGO, garbage in, garbage out, and in human life as just another Tuesday. Think of logic as a loyal intern. It never questions the boss, just formats stupidity in bullet points. If you tell it, the earth is flat, logic says, excellent, let's design the shipping routes. If you tell it, humans are rational, logic replies, perfect, we'll build an economy around that. And that, dear reader, is how entire civilizations end up with recessions, revolutions, and reality TV. Because humans are anything but rational. 8. Kevin L. Whitworth. The self-driving car that followed the rules too well. Fast forward to 2018. A self-driving Uber test car in Arizona ran over a pedestrian at night. The sensors saw her. The code registered her. The logic decided she didn't exist because she wasn't in a crosswalk zone. The algorithm didn't malfunction. It was being logical. The rules said pedestrians appear in designated areas. Therefore, this unidentified object must be a false positive. The problem wasn't emotion. It was an absence of it. A human driver, flawed, tired, and probably singing along badly to Queen, would have braked out of instinct. The machine, in its flawless logic, stayed calm and committed murder by spreadsheet. That's the difference between logic and reason. Logic follows rules. Reason asks whether the rules still make sense.
The data said go.
That's the difference between logic and reason. Logic follows rules. Reason asks whether the rules still make sense.